Have you ever wondered if something as personal as your comfort with financial risk, your risk tolerance, can actually be measured with numbers? It seems like such a subjective feeling, yet the financial world constantly tries to pin it down. Yes, risk tolerance frameworks can be quantified effectively, though not perfectly. Effective quantification involves a blend of quantitative metrics and careful qualitative assessments, acknowledging the inherent complexities of human behavior and market dynamics. It is an iterative process. The quantification of risk tolerance relies on several theoretical pillars. Psychometric assessments, for example, use carefully designed questionnaires to gauge an individual's psychological willingness to take risks. These surveys convert subjective responses into numerical scores. Furthermore, utility theory, a cornerstone of economics, posits that individuals make decisions to maximize their expected utility, which can be modeled mathematically to derive a utility function that reflects risk preferences. On the other hand, financial models leverage historical data and statistical methods to quantify risk exposures, such as value at risk or expected shortfall, aligning these with an investor's capacity for loss. However, these methods are limited by behavioral biases, such as loss aversion or framing effects, and the dynamic nature of risk perception over time, making perfect quantification a perpetual challenge. To implement these frameworks, financial institutions and investors typically employ a multi-step approach. First, they administer validated psychometric questionnaires to assess an investor's dispositional risk. Second, they conduct scenario analysis and stress testing, projecting potential portfolio outcomes under various market conditions to quantify financial capacity. Third, they establish clear risk appetite statements and set specific risk limits or thresholds for portfolios, which are then monitored rigorously. This comprehensive process allows for a structured approach to translating a largely qualitative concept into actionable quantitative parameters. A key insider detail in this field is the growing integration of behavioral finance into traditional quantitative models. This means moving beyond purely rational utility functions to incorporate observed human tendencies, like mental accounting or availability bias, when constructing risk profiles. Another advanced concept is the dynamic recalibration of risk tolerance. Rather than a static number, modern approaches acknowledge that an individual's risk tolerance can evolve with life stages or market cycles, requiring periodic reassessment and adjustment of the framework's parameters. Ultimately, the goal of quantifying risk tolerance is not to achieve a single, immutable number, but to establish a robust, adaptable framework that aligns an investor's financial decisions with their true comfort level and capacity for risk. By combining psychological insights with rigorous financial modeling and continuous monitoring, these frameworks provide a clearer roadmap for navigating market uncertainties and making more informed investment choices.